let's get started. And I think where I want to start is by telling you a little bit about myself. I'm the creator of NeuroDynamic Breathwork and why I created it, how it came into being. So basically, I got my start in breathwork through it was kind of like a random thing where I was. I'll give you I'll give you a good story here. Um, as I was growing up, I was very good with everything that had to do with my mind. I was good in school. I got straight A's. Um, I was always successful at things where I had to think things through, but very unsuccessful in areas where I had to be open, vulnerable, heart-oriented, and I could never figure out why. And I just kept trying with relationships and failing and trying and failing. And I was frustrated because, my parents had had an amazing relationship. It was one of my goals in life, and I just couldn't make it happen. And so where I was at with my personal development at that point, which was not very far, this was a couple decades ago, was the only thing I could think about is, oh, well, I just haven't met the right person yet. And I wasn't, again, far enough evolved at that point to see that the only thing in common in these relationships was myself, not the other person. It was clearly my issue. And then at a certain point, I met a woman who I thought, oh, maybe she's the one. And she said one day, she said, Michael, oh, let's go down to Peru and I want to check out the pink dolphins. And I'm going, what's a pink dolphin? They actually do exist. I didn't know at the time. And so we went down there, and I ended up doing an ayahuasca journey. I'd never heard of it. It was just we went out with a shaman, and he said, "Do you want to do a religious ceremony we're doing down here that we do down here?" And originally, I did not want to do it. I'm a chemical engineer, very science oriented. After I asked him, "Well, how does it work?" and he says, "I go out in the rainforest and get these leaves and vines and boil it all up and you drink it." I'm going, "No way." But the woman I was with, she said, "Oh, we have to do this." I said, finally, I just ultimately said, okay. It was a big breakthrough, actually. It was a spontaneous thing. I'm going, I've had an amazing life. If I die in the rainforest, okay. But it turned out to be an amazing journey. It was the first time that I really trusted life. And it was a huge breakthrough for me. So when I came back, I decided, okay, if I can have this type of experience with the substance, the receptors are there in my brain, there's got to be other ways to access those receptors. And that's what landed me in breathwork. And I originally got trained in holotropic breathwork. It was scientifically designed by Dr. Stan Groff. He's a psychiatrist. And I started having real breakthroughs in my own sessions and seeing other people also having breakthroughs. I said, this is something that can really make a difference in world consciousness. People were feeling more connected to each other, more connected to themselves, more powerful in their lives, and where they could actually accomplish the goals that they wanted to. And so I'm going, okay, I need to train other people in doing this. And by the way, I did get to the bottom of the relationship thing. And in one of my breathwork sessions, which many times you have experiences where you go back into childhood and kind of look at like things that created these unconscious thinking patterns. I saw when I was like 9 or 10 years old, and I had this conversation with my mother and about, she was a German Jew, a Nazi escapee, basically. She escaped with her life, barely. And when I asked her about her childhood, she just told me about it, and she was totally over it. I mean, she resolved it. She'd done her work. But as a child, I made this decision: the world is an unsafe place if you can't even trust your country. And once I saw that, I could start to work with it, bring it to consciousness, and actually bring it up in my relationships and create more closeness instead of pulling back when we started to get close. So it took a few years, but now I'm in a 12-year relationship that's amazing, totally healed. So I got trained in holotropic breathwork and started facilitating those sessions. And my biggest, I would say, like what was holding me back from being really happy about that was that it had to be done in person. It was a huge project. There were 12-hour sessions, 3-hour breathing sessions, 12-hour days, and I could only work with about 30 people at a time. And my goal was at that point to get breathwork out there to enough people so it could really make a difference in world consciousness. So I decided to break off and create my own modality that could do that. And I did testing for 6 months or a year, seeing like, what is the optimal, time frame to do the breathing. But because I saw that it had to be done online in order to really meet my goal. And that's where NeuroDynamic breathwork came from. They're like 1 hour breathing sessions, 2 hours total time. They can be done from people's homes. They can be laying in bed. They can they can be in their pajamas, and so it's very convenient. It can be done inexpensively because you don't have to rent a big venue. And from the first 10 years that I did my holotropic breathwork facilitation, I had about 4,000 people on my mail list, and maybe 1,000 of those that actually tried the breathwork. And in the last 6 years, my mail list is now something like 200,000, and tens of thousands of people have tried it. So it's just incredibly powerful, and people come back and they tell their friends, and it's just been incredibly successful. And it's been very inspiring for me to see people come in and really be willing to do this inner work and expand and grow. And the reason I developed the training program was that I wasn't originally planning to do so, but then after about 6-8 months, people started emailing me and saying, Michael, I'm having these amazing breakthroughs. I want to be able to teach my friends about this. And so after a while, I got enough of those where I said, okay, let's create a training program. And that's how it came into being. So, we've now been doing the training program for about 5 years, and about 250 people have graduated through it. And so this next bit of time, I'm going to be talking to you about what's involved in the training program, so you can see if it's a good fit for you. Also play a little bit of video from someone who's been through the training program, so you can see what people actually say about it, and also possibly a person who's just done breath work, so you can see what kind of healing you can bring to people, by leading these sessions. And if you have any questions, please type them in the chat, and I will catch them at the end. So, all right, so let's move forward. So neurodynamic breath work, what you're going to be trained to facilitate, has some very distinctive features that are very important and will help you decide whether this is the type of breath work that you really want to put in your time and energy to do. Most breath work is what I call directive. It's where the facilitator during the session has some level of direction in terms of guiding the experience, whether it's saying breathe deeper or connect to love or something like that. This breath work I designed around a different principle, because that makes it more about the facilitator, and to me just creates a dependency in essence. My goal in neurodynamic breathwork was to create a breathwork that allows people to get more in touch with their own inner guiding intelligence and to feel more self-empowered and to bring that back into their lives. And unfortunately, at least in the United States, we have a culture that's really, I call it a sea of disempowerment. And if you look at advertising, what does the advertising say? You can't be happy right now because you don't have my product. But once you buy my product, you're going to be perfect. You'll be great. So it's all about, if everybody was happy the way they were and with the stuff they had, people wouldn't buy anything, capitalism wouldn't work. So you're constantly bombarded by these messages. You're not enough unless you do this or do that. So this is kind of like, I feel like the antidote to that, where people can see they do have everything they need inside. They can be happy, they can be satisfied, they can have good relationships. All they need to do is connect to what I call their inner guiding intelligence, which already has all the answers. I think Joe Dispenza calls it connection to the quantum field. Other people call it connection to source or higher self, but however, or even connection to, some kind of, spiritual entity or God or whatever. But however you see it, is being able to connect more deeply to yourself to find the answers within. So this is non-directive. So during the session, basically, the facilitator's job is to learn how to, beforehand, and then hold a safe space for people to really dive in and do their work and to connect to this inner guidance. So it's all about them connecting to their power and then bringing it back into the world and feeling more self-empowered. And 75% do report that after they do the breath work, that they can connect better to their inner guidance when they go back into their everyday lives. So mission accomplished. And it's also what I call trauma informed. And part of that is, like, many times, like if people have childhood trauma, one of the unfortunate side effects is that, I mean, something came up that they couldn't handle. And, they just didn't have the resources as a child. So there was nothing wrong with what happened or with what they did or their response. They were doing the best they could. But one of the unfortunate impacts of that is they developed this thinking pattern: I can't handle life. And so they basically don't trust themselves at a certain level. And they carry that forward into adulthood unless they do some work on themselves. And so part of the purpose of this is, so as they go through these sessions that you'll be leading and starting to connect to their inner guidance and seeing that what's brought up by their inner guidance is not only they can handle it, or the inner guidance wouldn't bring it up. Your inner guidance has got your back, but that they start to see that they do have the answers within. And as they start to go through these sometimes difficult experiences and come out to the other side and get some resolution, they start to see that they can trust themselves. So that's one of the key factors in terms of resolving their trauma. And as a result of that, that's why like 87% of people say they get trauma relief if trauma is an issue. 87% say they get relief from anxiety, or feeling more present in their body, or feeling more connected to the universe. All those things are possible because this is non-directive. So everybody has their own individualized healing experience. And it's also science-based. It's basically, and we'll teach you all about that, how the science works, what happens in your body physiologically when you breathe. It can be done online or in person, and we teach you how to do both. And the program itself is 350 hours. So it is a deep dive program. You will be working with people on a very deep level, and it's a huge responsibility to lead breathwork. Like if you don't know what you're doing, you can create problems. And that's why we want to make sure you are fully trained. And there's several pieces to the program. So there's live sessions, 100 hours of live sessions, and they're on Saturdays from US Pacific time, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, and 3 Saturdays out of 4. So that's the first piece. You'll be doing one breathwork session a week for yourself, and for 2 reasons, and this is something that we can uniquely offer. The first is that the more sessions you do yourself and the more you go through yourself, the easier it'll be for you to hold space for others to go through the same experiences. And the second thing is that there's always a share group after the sessions. And on my platform, on our platform, we generally have anywhere from 50 to 250 people at a time. And so after the session in the share group, people will, if they're having an amazing experience, they'll say that, but also if they're struggling and they need support, they'll ask questions, and we support them through whatever's happening. And have them come out in a positive space so they can bring back something positive and integrated in their lives. You'll see how we handle all this stuff. And you can look at it, if I was leading the session, what would I say? And because we do 5 live sessions every week in our platform, you can participate as much as you like, but we require at least 1 a week. And there's no other platform in the world that offers that much breath work for you to really see and watch trained facilitators do their work. So you'll be doing 1 breathwork session a week minimum. Also, there's 3 books to read. There's also homework to prep for the live sessions, where you'll be learning everything you need to know so that we can do, like in the live sessions, we have breakout groups. You'll be working with everybody else. Everybody's there. And we generally have anywhere from 30, maximum 40 people, so everybody can get enough individual attention. And also so that there's a real sense of community. People make friends for life in the training. It's a really deep dive, personal growth, 6-month experience. You will not be the same on the other side. That I can guarantee you. So 1/3 of it is personal development. And we consider personal development to be mission critical to being a good breathwork facilitator. It's very important that you know you on a very deep level. You know what makes you tick. You know what activates you. You know what happens when you get emotionally activated and how to work with that so it doesn't keep you from being present with your breathers as you facilitate your breathwork sessions. And so personal development is critical. And again, it's 1/3 of the whole program. And again, you will not be the same person on the other side. It's just an amazing program, and you will have an amazing, beautiful relationship with the most important relationship in your life is with yourself. And whether you've just started doing personal work or have done a lot of personal work already, it's totally fine. It's meant for everybody. And the other 2/3 is more focused on facilitation skills. We'll teach you, first of all, how to screen people out, because there's some people that aren't appropriate for doing breath work based on various psychological and physiological conditions. We'll give you all the paperwork that you need. We'll teach you how to do an introductory talk. They're about 30-minute introductory talks, so people are fully prepared for their breathwork session. We'll teach you how to support people during their sessions, whether it's in person or online, and also how to support them in integrating the experience afterwards. Integration is incredibly important. So all of those things will be covered in a very, very in-depth way. You'll also have a study partner, so you'll be doing practice sessions with other people in the last third. Like I think 6 practice sessions where you're going to be doing your thing with other people in the class. And also you'll be doing private sessions one-on-one with somebody from your life, at least 3 during the course. So you'll be really getting experience in what it's like to do your own breath work during the training program. And we also have a couple of special guests with really, really important topics that we want the worldwide experts to train you in. And the first one is ethics. And for any of you who've done work, like if you're a therapist or something, you'll know how important, or even psychedelic sitters, you'll know how important ethics is in order to be able to really create proper boundaries between you and your breathers. And for the ethics component, and one of the books is on ethics, we have one of the people who is a worldwide expert, again, as I said, and who does much of the work for many of the psychedelic sitters, the ethics components for those programs also. Her name is Kylia Taylor, and she actually leads the session. It's one of the most popular sessions we have. And it's and during the session, she'll be talking about, also in the book, how we have various, I think, she breaks it up by chakras or energy centers in our body, going through them and seeing where are the weak points where we could get pulled off base in terms of our ethics and keeping proper boundaries with people. For instance, let's say one of our priorities, our unconscious thinking patterns is, I need to be liked. That's really important. And many people have that because it's like evolutionary. Like if we were in a tribe and our tribe didn't like us and kicked us out, we could die. So, but we have to know that we have that so we don't make mistakes. Like otherwise, if you come to a situation when you're leading a breathwork session and a person, comes out of their session and is in a really bad spot, and you have to make a decision, do I want to be liked or can I fully support this person? You'll make the wrong decision. So ethics, incredibly important. It's a really beautiful session. We also, during the session, teach you how to set up peer groups, and it's really powerful. The second guest speaker is on what we call spiritual emergency, and that's when people, and this can happen in breathwork or out of breathwork, where people go through these experiences where they see they're on the wrong track in life. And I went through that when I've been in a corporate job for like 20 years, and all of a sudden I saw, I'm not making the kind of difference I want to make in people's lives. I feel like a cog in a machine, and I quit and started my own company. But it wasn't that difficult for me. But for many people, it's really like, oh my God, I have to start from scratch. Holy cow! Have I wasted 20 years of my life? And there's a way to work people through that. So we have the only person who has a spiritual emergence center in North America who actually comes in and teaches that course. So you're fully informed and experienced in how to work with that if your breathers go through that process. So again, our commitment is to give you the absolute best possible training. And all we ask of you is that you really do a deep dive into this and really, go for it, basically. And, we promise you that if you do that, you will be an awesome breathwork facilitator at the end. And to me, there's nothing, I've, had 3-4 businesses I've worked in. There is nothing more satisfying than leading breathwork, where I can watch people expand and grow, find their own power, bring that back into the world, and be more self-empowered in their lives. It's just incredibly inspiring to me just to, watch people as they go through these experiences. I have many people I've worked with for some are a month, some are 6 months, some are a year, some are 2 years, and they're really different people on the other side. It makes a huge difference. And at this point, let's see here. Right. So let me just share a little bit of video here. I want to break this up a little bit so it's not all chit chat, and just give you an example of a couple of experiences that people can have doing the breath work. And these are the types of experiences that people can have with you as a facilitator once you learn. So let me just do a quick screen share here. Give me a moment.
I like being almost a kid again. That feeling of looking at the world through a child's eye. And I think that's a lot of what Breathwork has done. It's brought that back for me. My name is Ruddy Havel, and I am 79 years old. I've been doing breathwork for about a year now, and it's changed my life in so many different ways. I didn't expect much because I hadn't gotten much in the past. So I was just really shocked at how I changed drastically in the first 6 months. And I'm still changing. I appreciate everything that I have much more than I used to. I took things for granted before. I don't take anything for granted now. I look in the mirror and say, who is that guy? He didn't smile this much before. He didn't laugh this much before. He isn't having fun. I'm a lot softer and gentler. I laugh more. I don't worry about 90% of things I used to. It's a gift to be alive. It's a gift. That's the biggest thing. Before I think, oh, you mean I have to spend another 20 years on this planet? What am I going to do? Now I can't wait to get up and do it. Life is too precious to waste. Life is too valuable to squander, too valuable to worry about. You just get out there and do it. And I had no idea what I was stepping into when I started breathwork. I would recommend breathwork to everybody. It doesn't matter what age you are. I started when I was 78, and now I'm 58.
That's an example of some of the breakthroughs that people can have in this kind of breath work. And I'm just going to catch a quick question in chat. And it's a private question. It says, you had mentioned trauma. Can people really heal from trauma in breath work? Does it really work? What about really deep trauma that people have had? And the answer is yes. Yes, if they're ready to be healed, they can be healed in breath work. And even people who have deep trauma, if they're committed to working through it, they can have experiences in breath work that really do support them. So actually, let me just an answer to that question. Let me show you one more video.
I discovered breathwork in July of 2023. I am so grateful for this discovery. Hi, my name's Chelsea. I lost my son, who was 17 years old, to addiction. That loss is something I'm obviously still working through. The world doesn't feel like it's an okay place, and it can be really hard. Breathwork has helped me tremendously on this journey of figuring out how I exist in the world. While my son doesn't. Work helps me to find the space and the time and the spacelessness and the timelessness to feel some of these um, feelings that are beyond anything that I've ever known. And breathwork has helped me to find my place again in the world after a loss like this, and provided me with the opportunity to release and let go of some of the toxic buildup that happens in my body. I have had times of wanting to withdraw completely and give up. And doing the breath work lets me get back to my place of power and let go of all those tangled up regrets and fears that can get in my way. Another beautiful gift that I've received from breathwork is that sometimes I get to have experiences with my son. Sometimes he comes and says little things and it just drops to me beautiful little messages that I need to hear. Sometimes we dance together. Sometimes I just get to feel his presence in a beautiful healing way. And another thing that is really powerful about breath work is that we do the breath work in community. So although I'm in my space and others are in their spaces, we know that we're there together. And we share afterwards about our experiences and what happened. And the level of support, the sense of belonging, and the awareness of how many people there are in this world who are out there caring for us, and believing in us, and being able to hear stories from all of these people that give me reason to care and believe and be inspired by the human spirit and our beautiful capacity to heal and grow, regardless of what challenges come our way in this world.
Okay, so those are a couple examples of the kinds of experiences that people can have when they do neurodynamic breath work. And that's why I wouldn't do anything else. And just to be able to support people, to hold space for people to find their power, to move forward from things that have just been devastating, or even just like more than half the people get in touch with their purpose in life, to lead more purpose-filled lives. And there's nothing that I could think of that I would rather do than facilitate these sessions and to learn. I had to go through my own learning process. You know, in the training program, you learn how to be more present with people. And it's not just to be good breathwork facilitators, it makes a difference in life. You'll be better husbands, wives, children, parents, as you can hold better space for people in your lives to be who they are and to feel safe with you. So it's really partially a life training too. And let's see here. So let me just grab a few questions here. So the books are, one is by Matt Kahn, or someone asked about the books, called All for Love. Then we have one by Cav Sparks, which is called The Power Within, and one by Kylie Taylor, which is The Ethics of Caring. Okay. Oh, Neil said Ruddy was in a session I did a few days ago. He's very sweet. Yes, he is. Yes. Okay. And someone asked, how do we take some trials classes? So we offer everybody a free breathwork session. So if you haven't ever done this kind of breathwork before, I definitely encourage you to try it out. And you can just go to our schedule page, and you're going to get an email with this afterwards with all this information. It's breathworkonline.com/schedule. And you can just choose, first session is free again. So you can just, try it out to see what it feels like for yourself. if you're more curious about this, you want more information, you don't have to decide if you want to do the training program based on this kind of intro call. The next step would be signing up for putting in a no obligation application and signing up for just where we talk to you one-on-one and really get your questions answered and go through everything. And hang on a second, let me just, and again, you're going to be getting an email on this. And just put the link in chat though, if you want to just click on it, it'll open another window, you can check on it later. And we'll have a 30 to 40-minute session where you can get all your questions answered and we can really do a deep dive with you. And again, there's no obligation for that. We just want to get to know you, have you get to know us, and really see if it's a good fit for you. And yeah, this recording will be available for view. You'll get a copy of it in about a week or so. What's the price? Good question. So basically, there's a couple components to the price. One is, for the 6-month program, there's various discounts. The full price, if you just did it at the last minute with no discounts, is $6,000. But there's discounts that bring it down to a little under 5,000 if you register early, which we're still in that time frame right now. And the next one starts in March 15th. And there's also payment plans where you can bring it down to as little as $460 a month. But really, ultimately, the bottom line is that we are looking for people who really want to support other people to expand and grow by finding their own power. And being willing to be trained in order to be able to do that in a very powerful way. And if that's you, we can even create custom pay plans for you to make this all work. So, my priority is getting this out to the world. I feel like it can really make a difference in world consciousness, and we're kind of setting up this group of people who are basically a team to shift world consciousness in a way where people see that there's more that connects us than separates us. It's really the antidote to what's happening in the world right now. And it's going to make a very, very powerful difference. You can make a powerful difference, not just in your own life and your friends, but also in the world as they shift, their friends shift, and it kind of radiates out. Okay. We start groups, we do it twice a year. So even if you do a discovery call with us and you can't do it March 15th, you can register for the next one, which is in September. And when you do it really early, it's less expensive. And you can start, and if you haven't done any breath work with us, you can do it for a bit, before you hop in. So either one is fine. Let's see here. All right, and I had a private question. Do you have a share from someone who actually went through the program with you? I'd like to see what they have to say. Absolutely. Let me just queue up in just a couple minutes here. I'll share that too.
Hi, my name is Tim Wright. I just finished the NeuroDynamic Breathwork Facilitation course, and I wanted to make this short video to help you get a better understanding of what this program is all about and what you can get out of it. I have to tell you that for me personally, the program was absolutely life-changing. It was one of the best courses I've ever taken in my life, not only for the things I've learned, but for the person I became through going through the process. The course covers everything you need to know to become a breathwork facilitator. It covers all the technical stuff, how to set up a breathwork session, how to do the intro talk and explain how everything works, how to do the legal forms and the waivers, how to set up a business, all the ethical considerations, all of the things that you would normally expect to learn in a course on facilitation. You will learn that. You'll be extremely empowered and equipped to become a good facilitator. But that's only part of the story. The main thing about this course is the personal growth that you'll experience. You literally become a different person. You learn that in order that the best way you can help heal somebody else is to heal yourself, to work on yourself. And the program really emphasizes that. And you learn more about yourself, your human psyche, why you're doing the things that you're doing, and how to stop doing those things that are harmful, and how to learn. I feel like I've grown in my capacity to be fully present with other people and to open my heart and to really allow love and light to shine through me and to hold space for people so that they can heal. I have to tell you that one of the most amazing things about this course are the people that come here. There's something about breath work that attracts people that are vibrating on a higher vibrational level. And I fell in love with my classmates. They are absolutely some of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. And I've made friends with people literally from all over the world that I consider deep, deep friends as a result of going through this program together. And I feel like what we're doing in breathwork and in the class I took is that we are working together to heal world consciousness, to raise the level of consciousness in our entire planet. And I feel like it's part of a larger movement. And if you're thinking about taking this course, I would say only if you want to have your life changed forever, because you will be changed. You will get everything that you need to become a great breathwork, NeuroDynamic breathwork facilitator, but you'll get much, much more out of the course. So I encourage you to ask questions, talk with Glenn, talk with Michael, talk with Saimi, uh, who does a lot of the personal development in the course. Uh, Ask questions, get your questions answered, and when you're ready to change your life and you're ready to change the world, then go ahead and sign up. And I look forward to meeting you someday in the alumni group. So, namaste.
Okay, so yeah, so that gives you a sense of what's available. And when he was talking about the alumni groups, after the training, we have an alumni group every month where people can connect with people from your own group and also from the other groups to kind of see what's going on with everybody else and learn and get to know the people that if we're already been certified. And virtually all the groups stay connected for years in WhatsApp, so they can talk to each other, and some people work with each other. So yeah, a lot of friends for life from around the world. Okay, and Neil asked if we start our own business, how does the branding work? Do we leverage your brand, or do we show that we're certified by you or more? Thanks. Basically, once you complete, you'll have a certificate. You'll be a certified NeuroDynamic breathwork facilitator, so you can leverage the brand in that way. And as I said, it's we're out there. I do talks in all over the place in all these online summits. Many people have heard of the brand. So basically, yes, you can leverage the brand name to get the work out there. And we also have like a whole 30-minute video on how to start your own business, how to get going, how to attract clients. Also, some stuff about if you want to get insurance or not insurance, all that type of stuff we will be training you, and any legal forms you might need, et cetera, et cetera. So tens of thousands of dollars worth of stuff you'll be getting for free. A question, can we get an international certificate? The certificates are good worldwide. Like it isn't like therapy where each state or country has their own certification system. So this is the certificate is just basically saying that you've been trained, and people who have either research or know, like then they can look and see that you've been through a solid course that has been 350 hours and trained by someone who's well known in the breathwork industry. But it isn't a country by country thing. Okay, then there's a question. I have a few travel commitments. Are the training sessions recorded in case we have to miss one or two? You can miss up to 3. Everything's recorded, and all of the recordings are available to you for a minimum of 2 years after the training's over. So, Yes, there was a question about the focus on personal development. We are really the only breathwork out there where a whole third of it is on personal development. Many people don't even have a personal development component. And I don't see how you could possibly have a breathwork training program without a personal development component, because your own personal development is so important for you to be able to hold safe space. People will not have powerful experiences if they don't feel safe with you. And your ability to be present with them. Most people aren't very present in life, unfortunately. Like if someone's talking, they're already thinking about what am I going to say next. They're not just being with the person. Oh, also just one more thing. Our 6-month program focuses on doing online sessions of any size and also in-person privates. And that's what most people want to do. If you want to do in-person groups, we have another 3-day intensive at the end, where we really give you everything you need to know about working. Because when there's people in-person groups, like their energy kind of impacts each other, especially when people are releasing and that type of thing. So we give you all the information you need about that too at the end. And you don't have to decide at the beginning if you want to take that or not. So you can decide at the end of finishing the 6-month course. Okay. Oh, sure. Yeah, about the music. So we will be training you how to put together music sets. And the music sets are scientifically designed. They're not just gentle meditation music. They're powerful, they're evocative, and they're designed to support your psyche into diving as deeply as possible into whatever experience that your inner guidance wants to bring you. We will give you a complete training in how to put together those music sets. And there's a whole almost 2 sessions that we work on the music. There's like 9 different segments to it. And again, it's scientifically designed. And so you'll be able to put together your own music set after that. And they also have to be blended together, but we have people who can do that for you once you pick out the and you'll be putting together your own music set, and you'll have a personal coach all the way through the training. You'll be meeting with them several times, and also they'll be checking you out at the end, going through your music set with you, and all that type of thing. So we want to make sure you're fully supported during the training session, during the facilitator training. But the music is an important component. And also, you can sign up for your discovery call before you actually take a session. And then you can schedule it and take it. But I encourage you, if you're really interested, we can only take a maximum of 40 people because we want to make sure everyone gets all of the attention they need. And also you can really bond as a group. And we already have about half. So I encourage you, if you're interested, to at least sign up for your discovery call, so you can block out a spot. And again, you don't have to remember all this stuff that I've told you. All these questions can be answered in the discovery call. So, it's more like, really looking into your heart and seeing, is this something that calls to you? Is this a way that you want to be able to support others to expand and grow and feel more self-empowered in their lives? To be more self-aware, to be more clear on their purpose in life, that type of thing. Okay. Oh, Avni said all the free events to try NeuroDynamic Breathwork are subscriber-only events, are $33. Do you have any free taster sessions? Anything that doesn't say subscriber-only, even though it says $33, your first session is always free. So don't worry about the $33. Just choose anything you want that says NeuroDynamic Breathwork in the title and does not say subscriber-only. And then afterwards, the other thing is that after you do your session, if this is your first one, you're also going to get a special bonus too, which is if the tech works right, you should get an offer to do a whole 30 days for free and really dive in. That's really cool. Really turning it into a practice like a yoga. Poof. Life-changing. Okay. Okay. Well, how long does the usual session last? So the neurodynamic breathwork sessions, when you do them with a person, if this is the first time they've ever done neurodynamic breathwork, the sessions are 2 hours. And it includes a 30-minute introductory talk, 1 hour of breathing, and then a chance for them to share with you their experience at the end. But after they've done it once or twice, you don't have to do the intro talk anymore, and then it's more like 90 minutes. 60 minutes plus just an opening guidance to get them going with the breath, 60 minutes, and then a few minutes to share at the end. Okay. Okay, a question. I'm from UK. How would the in-person sessions work? So you're going to be getting, you're going to be doing in-person sessions with someone in your life. There's no travel for this. All of it is done online, but you're going to be getting someone in your life, whether it's coming over to your house or doing it somewhere else. This is towards the end where you will, after you have music sets, where you're going to be sitting next to them and facilitating their session so you can practice. And yeah, Richard, I encourage others to try a subscription for a month or two. It's helpful to see how other facilitators lead the sessions and to experience how this works for yourself. Okay, and oh, Linda said, trying to register for the breathwork session tomorrow, but it says that email address is already used. That means that you already have an account with us. So basically, you just have to sign into your account, put in the password that you used, and then it will let you sign up for your session. And if you forgot your password, it'll let you change it. Or if you can't remember completely, just use a different password. I mean, sorry, a different email. Okay. All right. So at this point, yes, you can subscribe for only a month. And again, if it's your first session, you should get an opportunity to do a whole month for free. And then it's month by month afterwards. And the monthly subscriptions, which are up to 25 breathwork sessions plus creative integration labs, all kinds of cool stuff, are under $60. So. Okay, and we have a question. If one is enrolled with a different breathwork program, still interested in NeuroDynamic method, do you offer courses, workshops to take some classes? Yeah, I would just recommend that you try some of our sessions and see if it's something that it would be kind of good to have alongside with whatever certification you're getting. Every breathwork has a different purpose. And so they're going to train you in a bit of a different way. Again, the foundation is self-empowerment, training people so that they can go out and feel more self-empowered in their life. This is not about like guru breathwork or creating a dependence on the breathwork facilitator. Once you're part of the program, if you let's say you plan and you're only going to miss 3 sessions or less, and there's an emergency that happens, we'll try to work with you. Like if you miss an extra session or something like that. So it's not like a hard ass, rule like that. It's just kind of a guideline. And but again, if you do happen, something comes up, you miss another one, we'll work with you. And then 1 month subscription costs how much? Well, the first month is free. After your first breathwork session. After that, it's $59 a month. For up to 24 breathwork sessions. And there's breathwork sessions all times of day, all days. Like we have them in just all Pacific time. Mondays at 10 a.m., Tuesdays at 6, Tuesdays at 7:38 p.m. We go back and forth. Wednesdays 10 a.m., Sundays 10 a.m., Thursdays 4 p.m., Saturdays 4 p.m. So you can always find sessions that work for you. Yes. You have any idea of how many of those who complete the facilitator training stay with the regular 120 sessions a month after graduation? 20 sessions a month. Yeah, about, let's see, we have 150. About 75% stay with us and then do breath work here and there, just to basically it's self-care. And self-care is incredibly important when you're really giving to people, when you're being present. It takes a lot of energy and focus to stay present for a couple hours. And so it is important to do your self-care too. So when they do their own breath work, it gives them a chance to really powerfully take care of themselves. So most people stay with it. And once you stay with it, you get half price on the training, just so you know. Instead of $59, it's $29 a month, and that stays forever. So it's just a little gift that we give people as a thank you for taking the training program. Oh, and also one private question here. Yes, some people do the training program just for personal development. They don't necessarily know if they ever want to lead breathwork sessions, but they want to be more present in their life. They want to be able to support people more in their lives by just being with them in a more powerful way, and to be like just a better mother, a better father, a better child, a better, to their parents, a better friend to people. And so their focus is on personal development. And if afterwards they want to lead breathwork sessions, they can, or they do, or they don't, just because they want to be kind of really better human beings, and more present human beings. So thank you all so much for attending. It's really been a pleasure spending time with you. And if you feel any call, anything that this might be for you, please do send in your application. We'll invite you to, and once you send in your application, do please watch your emails, because within a day or day and a half, you'll get something back, with the link to sign up for your discovery call. It might go to spam or promo or whatever. So please do watch, because we really do want to talk to you. So, and then Zoe asks, do these things happen as being a better and kinder human being a very common experience or result of this work? I would say yes, it is. Just like Ruddy in that share that he did, I would say that is one of the more common experiences. And just in terms of giving you, let me give you some of the experiences that people report when we do surveys. This is from doing breath work. 89% relief from anxiety, 84% relief from trauma, 75% better access to inner guiding intelligence, inner wisdom, 70% relief from depression, more than half increased connection to intuition, more present, greater self-awareness, feeling more in my body, improved romantic relationships, being more present in life, increased trust in self, more clarity and purpose in life. So yeah, all that stuff's available. And the bottom line is you will get what you're ready to receive. So, that's really important. So there's no good or bad about whatever you get. And sometimes it's a progression. It's like a journey, just like anything in life is. Breathwork is a journey too. So, and the Facilitator training program just amplifies that like tenfold, 100-fold, as you're really doing a deep 6-month dive into your own inner work, doing a lot of breath work, doing the personal development piece. It just kind of like catapults you forward in all that stuff. So yeah, those stats are on the homepage, I believe. Yes, are they on the website? Yes. And Sharon shared, my experience doing NDB changes you in a very positive way for life. All right. All right, thanks again, and hope to see you in breathwork sessions. And if you have any trouble signing up or whatever, please do, whether it's submitting your application or even signing up for a breathwork session, please do email our admin department. I'm putting it in right here, and they will support you. Because I really, really want you to try a session if it feels right. Get your discovery call in. If you're committed to either just really powerfully moving forth in your personal development, or in looking at really supporting other people to expand and grow with this modality, we want to talk to you and communicate with you. So yes. How long are the Saturday workshops? They're from 9 to 1:30 Pacific time. And there's a couple breaks in the middle. It doesn't go straight through. Yes. And the regular breathing sessions are 2 hours plus sharing, as Nicard just put in, like the online sessions. And once you are a subscriber, you don't have to listen to the intro talk each time. So they're shorter after that. They're like 90 minutes. And we do some 90-minute breathing sessions for our subscribers, which are really cool. 30 extra minutes makes a big difference for more experienced breathers. And we have monthly creative integration labs where you learn how to integrate through using self-expression for our subscribers too. All kinds of really cool stuff. So any issues, please email the admin department. So whether it's signing up for a session or getting your application sent in. So again, thank you all so much for participating today. It's been wonderful sharing time with you, and much love to everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you.